So home automation has come a long way. We've been dabbling it right from its nascent stage in India, and right from the Crestron technologies to the AMX technologies. The backends were expensive, the CP2E processors, and trying to make those processors run 24 hours. Front end have a trademark registered panel of Crestron and only having the ability to work with it. All of that, there has been a paradigm shift in automation. All patented technologies still remain, but they are obsolete. And now we've gone on across to open source platforms, which are doing very well for the entire rest of the world. See, design is getting democratized, technology is getting democratized, and that is what everybody wants to do. So everybody wants to upgrade everybody else's life at a fraction of a cost. And now with front ends like Alexa and Echoes have come in, which makes it very seamless, and they have demanded that all technologies at the back end seamlessly interface, thereby their acceptability becoming very, very en masse. IoT devices have made it even more simpler. IR blasters have made it even more simpler. So smallest innovation like an IR blaster has changed the dynamics completely, from wired connections to non-wired connections using the same IR, but just the 2,000 rupee blaster can allow you to automate all the devices in a room. The cost is not even 2,000 bucks. Perhaps it will be even cheaper as days go by. So if you have a very cheap, see, the reason for automation, according to me, that will have a spurt of activities even in this depressed market is going to be working out of home. Now, whatever segment of our population is working in offices today, before COVID, after COVID, at least 50% or 40% of that segment is definitely going to move from home. It is going to happen, and they may not completely move from home, but at least 4 days a week, 5 days a week, they'll be working from home, and one day they'll go to a common hub. Now, when people out of a 2-bedroom apartment sitting in, let's say, Mr. Hirandani's Powai, and working out of that apartment or a large apartment, all the more need automation to optimize their efficiency levels. They need the curtains to be automated. They need a door opener to be there. Maybe they need air conditioning to be controlled, lighting levels to be controlled. Now, all these things were not important because it was not professional. But now, if a man has to work from home, all these things at a touch of a button with a remote control, which costs 4,000 or 5,000 rupees in automation. So you can do now automation for as low as 4,000 and 5,000 rupees. And it is only a matter of letting people know of these devices, letting people know of the technology and the products they should be using. So it's the availability of that information that is important. It's no longer, there was a time when an automation programmer per room, we used to pay 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh for programming. And today it's a joke. If you tell somebody that you're paying 1 lakh to program, your whole automation will not cost you 30,000 bucks, depending on what technology you use. So it's very important for us to democratize these products, and builders and large organizations in real estate definitely need to promote small office, home office working is going to be the need of the hour. In fact, I'm sure in marketing, every real estate developer is going to talk about working out of home, and 2-bedroom apartments will now become 2.5, because a half room is going to go towards an home office. So it is a very interesting phase. There is going to be spurt of activity. A lot of products are available, even from branded products like Philips to non-branded cheap China products. You have IoT, single color light, color temperature can be varied. You can do from 6,000 Kelvin to 2,700 Kelvin. You can have different moods created, different environments for working in the morning to evening. So there's a lot of things available, and packages are very small, 5,000 and 7,000 rupees. You have an Alexa, and you have a temperature controlling the device which changes the color. So it is only a matter of this knowledge being made public via the medium of platforms like these and being put to use for a larger section of our society. But I agree with Niranjan Bhai that India, in terms of automation, consumption is only 1% compared to where the rest of the world is. But things are changing, and things are changing quite rapidly. Acceptance and life and quality of products is also changing. So in one time, curtain motors, we could not guarantee they'll continue to work for 2 hours. Then came in the branded Somfys of the world, and then the Doyas of the cheap and entrant products. But today, the motors can be guaranteed for 7 years. So if you were to sell a motor, if it is not guaranteed for 7 years, nobody will buy it. So things are really changing in technology. And I'm sure our country, like everything else, will suddenly one fine day leapfrog from where it was to where it is going to be in the future, with all these technologies available to them. And Indian consumer will be well aware about automation and the advantages of automation in their lives.